Okay folks, I recorded over an hour and a half worth of footage last night with me, Amanchu, Diggin, Silly, CP Technicraft, all doing this trial chamber in Divergence. And for whatever reason, the sound recorded fine, we could hear everybody, but the video did not record. So now I'm going to be paranoid going forward in the future, thinking I'm not going to have to just record this with the regular software that I use, which clearly doesn't work all of the time, but I'm also going to have to record it with like Streamlabs or something else, just to make doubly sure that I actually have footage to work with. But anyway, I digress. So I wanted to use some of that footage to obviously go over some of the shenanigans that we went, we got up to doing the trial chambers together as a group. But obviously that got nerfed because I ain't got no footage of that. Hopefully one of the other Divergents will have a video out on that soon. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, I wanted to take this time to go over a couple of things about the trial chamber that just don't sit well with me. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the aesthetic. I love the way it's laid out. I love all the different rooms. I love the copper. I love the new tough blocks. But it honestly doesn't seem worth the bother when, you can repeat doing the trial chambers over and over and over and over again. That's fine. You get the ominous bottles, you can do ominous runs over and over and over and over again. You just need to wait for the cooldown period. Grand. And then you get a bunch of trial chamber keys, you get a bunch of ominous keys. But the thing that lets it down over and over again is you can only unlock each of the vaults once, whether it's with a regular trial chamber key or with an ominous trial chamber key. You can only, as a player, you can only unlock each of them once, and for me that completely removes a lot of the enthusiasm I have for the trial chambers. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand some of the purpose of that is to, you can go explore more trial chambers and, do it over again. And, it's meant to be a recurring thing that you can do numerous times. But the contingent to that is that you can do the same trial chamber over and over and over again, whether it's a normal run or an ominous run. And you can keep collecting many keys and many other loot, but you can only use the vaults once, and you can only use the vaults and the other trial chambers once to get the decent loot. So at the end of the day, you end up with various trial chamber keys and ominous keys that you can't use unless you keep going further afield, making your game size bigger to find more vaults and more vaults and more vaults, and doing more trial chamber runs that are essentially unnecessary for you to do because you already have a stockpile of keys to unlock the vaults. And it seems to me like there needs to be a way for players to maybe do a task or a challenge which then resets the vaults for that player. And I'm not talking about an easy challenge, because I have completed a trial chamber in easy mode, I have completed it in normal mode, I have completed it in hard mode, okay? I did die once in hard mode when I was doing it with the other Divergents, mainly because, forgot to eat. My bad. But I've completed it in easy, normal and hard, and honestly, I am not that great at a player when it comes to, the combat side of Minecraft. I'm not fantastic with the whole combat side of Minecraft. It's just not, me. And if you've seen me, go to kill the dragon or go to kill a wither, I die a lot. Like, I die over and over and over and over again. And for me, as a player, to not die, even on easy mode, you know, when I am really, really bad at combat in the trial chambers, it was a little bit disappointing. I expected it to be harder. So, I do understand that, you know, it's a new combat aspect of the game. Like, I love the trial chambers, like how they look, how they're laid out, the new blocks. Absolutely in love with that. I just think there needs to be a way for players in the game to reset the ominous and regular vaults that they can then be re-unlocked, because not everybody wants to go to Site A, Site B, Site C, Site D, etc, 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 to be able to then unlock more vaults. And again, once you go to those sites, you're then faced with having to do the trial chambers over and over and over and over again, even if you have a stockpile of keys already, because obviously these mobs are going to spawn as soon as you go into that area. That's just how it works. As you can see, I go up here, you know, mobs immediately start spawning. That's how the trial chambers works, and it's a great setup. But the one thing, it's just that one thing about the vaults that lets it down, because you end up with ominous bottles are not that difficult to get. You get them inside trial chambers. You can get them obviously at pillager outposts. I had 15 ominous bottles on me when we started doing this specific trial chamber with the other Divergence. I think I used one myself, and we ended up with, you know, more keys than we knew what to do with. And basically by the end of it, everybody had unlocked all of the vaults, and we still had keys left over. And to be able to use those, we have to go to another vault, but then we need to obviously fight all the mobs again, but then we'll get more keys. And we have too many keys. There's either they need to make the keys rarer, or they need to make a challenge, which I'm not saying should be easy. I think it should be quite difficult, but they need to make a challenge, maybe something to do with one of the new mobs that you have to fight that's maybe stronger than the rest, or whatever, or something. I don't know, not thought that hard into it, but they need something to reset the vaults. That's definitely my opinion. I mean, I love the trial chambers as a whole, but for that small factoid of it, that's just, it lets the game down. I also think they need to make the mobs slightly harder. But anyway, that's my opinion. Let me know yours in the comments, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.